Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, the 5th of the year, of the new year, January. Um, got on here because I didn't really do a major reading. I kind of did a small read and started going through some of my old stuff, trying to clean up and whatnot, and decide what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to get rid of. I came across this. I don't know if you want to. Nope, that's not the right one. Came across this one of my writings, and I'm not a big writer. I have trouble keeping a written journal. I guess this is what this is being used for nowadays, for me anyhow. But I don't know if you want to call this a poem or just something that came out of my head one day. I was, excuse me, my allergies kind of bugging me today. And I came across this piece of paper I wrote something on, and like I said, I don't know if you call this a poem or not. Dang. Sorry. Today's been a weird sign this morning. Yeah, it was, I basically wrote, "Oh, to be hated and hate those whom hate. Why does the world hate those whom love? Why does God love even the biggest haters? Which should I be, a hater or a lover? The world or God?" um, Oh, what twisted fate does this life lead? When I was young, I knew not the twisted life I'd live in. Yet, as an old man, I'd be pained by this twisted web known as life. Oh, how I hate to hate. Oh, how I love to love. What more must I endure to regain my youthful happiness, my joy of life, my love? Now, I don't remember when I wrote this. I just happened to come across it and go, hmm, I wonder what was going through my head at that time. Was I having a bad day? Was I having a good day? Was I having just one of those days where it was up and down? Like I said, I don't remember. It's been months, probably sometime in the middle of the year, middle of night, middle of the year, middle of 1990, 1990. Boy, am I getting all of my days wrong. In the middle of 2019. But it was one of the many pieces of paper I came across. Another one I came across, which I'm not going to read today. I'll probably read it some other day. But it's a pretty lengthy piece of paper. Um, but no, I was going through my desk and trying to straighten it up and clean it up and finalize what I was going to do for the new year. I have four, three, four journal type books for, I guess, you can use it as a diary or a journal, however you want to put it. One of them that I've had for 6 years now. As you can tell where the bookmarker is, I barely used it because I have a hard time getting thoughts of the day or whatnot written down. It's a combination of I can have the thought in my head and I go to put it on a piece of paper and it vanishes. Um, my head gets twisted and jumbled. So it's kind of like one of those, do I keep it? Do I keep the various journals? Now I know one of them Jerry got me. It's a journal called Gratitude with Attitude. It's not that I don't have anything to be grateful for, but like I said, I have trouble writing thoughts down. Um, that's probably one of the reasons why I'm more of an action person, because trying to write things down takes a lot for me to keep the thought in my head to write it down. Or as I'm trying to write it down, my thoughts go faster than my hand. Um, so I have to pause and try to recollect my thought. Um, the journal I just showed you is called Keep the Faith. Joanne gave it to me back in 2014. So that's how long it's taken me just to fill not even 50 pages worth of writing. I also bought myself a journal not too long ago because it had a Celtic cross on it. It was, oh, see if I can pull it out amongst all these other books that are in the cubbies. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if I hold it just right, you can see the Celtic cross and the Celtic knot work and whatnot. Um, I bought it a combination because factor I have a love for all things old fashioned, I guess you'd say. Well, not I shouldn't say old fashioned. All things Celtic. Everything with anything that has a Celtic knot work or anything that has that fancy scroll work from Ireland, Scotland, the Celtic region, whatever you want to call it. Even as y'all probably know if you've watched my videos, the Norse um, workings, Norse tapestries, patterns, whatever you want to call it. There was one point in time where I was getting a little too obsessed with that stuff, and Jerian was afraid that I was losing my connection with God, which I didn't really see it at first, but then I started thinking about it and going, yeah, I've been spending a little more time reading up on the Vikings and things like that. And one of my New Year's resolutions was to get back to my Bible studies and whatnot. Because I've got well, I shouldn't say a drawer, but I've got a fair stack. If I were to take it out of their holding places and stack them up, I've got a fair amount of different books to read between the Resolution for Men. I've got two different two different what would you call them, devotional books, and various different different books and whatnot to read. So I've resolved, I guess, to get back to doing that, because if I were to read these books on a daily basis like I used to, probably by summertime I would probably have to go and get more books. Take the books that I have after I read them and either keep them in my personal collection or take them to the church and have the church add those books to their library. I wouldn't just toss them in the trash. I'd donate them. Maybe even try to take them over to my public library and donate them to the public library so they have these books on hand. I have not gone to my town's public library because, well, the one time I did go to it many years ago, I'd say at least 24, 23 years ago. Um, it wasn't all that big. They had a very small collection. Um, our the town has gotten a bigger library, so I guess their collection is growing. That in factor because we're a college town. Now I know the college probably has its own personal library with books on subjects that they deal with, but I am pretty sure our town's public library, which is a walking distance from the actual college itself, has probably grown due to the fact that the college itself has grown. Um, and the reason why I know this is because the fact that the college has a few new buildings. They're buying up properties to build up part of the college. They've got more um, student housing and apartment complexes for students that have popped up since, well, moved to New York in '99, came back here in 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. And yeah, the school and the various frat houses and sororities and apartment complexes have gotten bigger or newer or more. But yeah, my plans for the new year is going to be focused more on I don't want to say religious texts, but yeah, on the different books that I have that are inspired by Christian movies or inspired by theologists, theo, yeah, can't say it right now. Theologians, thank you. Um, and just focusing more on what's right instead of, yeah, I like to play my video games and whatnot, but I think I'm gonna spend less time with them and more time with him. Yeah, with God, with the Word, and anything that has to do with Christian-based books and knowledge, as well as spend more. I got basically what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna try to balance my life. My life has been kind of out of balance, and I think one of the reasons why I've been having issues with work and around the house is because the fact I stepped too far away from the Bible. I did start doing some things before the new year. Um, as y'all might know from reading, or not reading, excuse me, watching my videos, probably watching some of Jerry Ann's videos. I have been drinking less soda. I have maybe one um, bottle of soda at work, and then the rest of the night is either tea or, unfortunately, sweet tea. It's sweeter than it should be. Should be for me. Sweet tea or water. At home, it's been water, tea, um, nighttime to help me relax when I'm really angst up because of things. A glass of, well, not even a glass, it's more like a half glass. Stemless wine glasses we have here of mead or some kind of alcoholic beverage. I don't drink hardcore alcohol. I'm not a beer or hard liquor type person. I haven't had any hard liquor in ages. Well, I shouldn't say that because Thanksgiving I had a concoction that I make, which is made out of um, grape juice, Sunny Delight, vodka, and peach Chambord. I call it Dreamberry juice, but it's a name that I pulled out of a comic book from my days gone by. But I don't drink anything like that except for maybe the holidays. I don't I don't drink excessively. I drink like I said, maybe once in a while, some mead or um, Angry Orchard, which is hard apple cider. But no, I'm just trying to make changes for the better. I've got to I've got to make a doctor's appointment for myself and Joanne just for our checkup and just to see how our health is going, because as of late I've been noticing some physiological changes, aches and pains that are not normal. Now, for me, some of these aches and pains might just be arthritic because it's been happening more as the weather changes and gets colder around here, especially when I go to squat down to look for things at my job. My left knee will flare up something fierce. Um, excuse me. And then, of course, Joanne, and we don't know if it's age related because she's starting to go through menopause, which most women do at her age. Um, but what has me concerned, besides the aches and pains, is the fact that her feet have been swelling up lately, and we don't know if that's salt consumption or something she's eating that her body is reacting to in such a weird manner, or if it's something else. And I worry because now my father, um, as y'all might know from watching some of my videos in the past when I was talking about my history, which I need to jump back onto because I wasn't finished. um, my father passed away from diabetes. Now, he never told us the full medical examiner's report for when he got out of the military. So he knew, or him and he, mom and him knew he was um, had a form of diabetes. Now I don't know what level it was, type 2, type 1, borderline, whatever. But my father was very stubborn. Did not want to listen to the doctors. Did not want to do what the doctors told him. Now, hindsight being what it is, I think part of it wasn't just the factor of what the doctor told him. It was the factor he had two, me and mom, very picky eaters, and I was not a big fan of green vegetables. I like my broccoli raw. I like it steamed. I like I like cabbage. I like salads now. Back then, no. Um, Brussels sprouts. The way Jerry makes Brussels sprouts, I'll eat them to a certain extent. I don't like them steamed. I don't like them from the frozen bag. They have to be basically baked. And the way Jerry bakes them is with oil, bacon, and a little sprinkle of garlic salt. I'll eat them that way. I like them that way. But no, this year's already had, or I shouldn't say had, but it has potential of changing for the better. There have been, if you believe in signs, there have been a lot of different signs um, and predictions of what the new year is going to be, and they're not all sounding good because we're talking about moon phases, two super moons, and I forgot what it was. But if you go by Native American legend and lore, there has been signs or spotting in has been spotted in the aurora borealis, an image that looks like the phoenix. Now, if this is real information, because I haven't found any more than just the one or two little blips. According to Native Americans, that is the sign of changes to come, and not just simple changes, major earth changes, economic changes, global changes. Not always good for the good. But I'm taking that with a grain of salt because, one, I like to see things change for the better. Two, I don't always like the idea of having to hear about information and think about the negative aspects of it. But it is what it's going to be, and we just have to roll with the punches. But anyhow, I'm gonna end this because, oh boy, I have to basically start waking up everybody, getting them fed, and then get myself ready for work. So I'm gonna keep on slouching. I keep on sliding. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Whew. If y'all enjoyed this video, enjoyed listening to this crazy ramblings, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more or you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment box. If you want to hit more, or if you want to see more, go ahead and hit the little bell to notify you when I put up a new video. Unlike the past, I am trying to get at least one video at least once every other day. Hopefully more than that. But until next time, enjoy. God bless. Have a good day. Bye.